Alright, hello everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built at home. It is Tuesday, the 7th of March 2023. I hope you have all had a good day since we flew yesterday. Today we are going to focus on RNAV, GPS navigation, RNAV approaches, and we're going to take that focus and try and apply it to the Boston Virtual Wings IFR-14 rating. We've gained as much knowledge as we possibly could thus far with radio-based navigation through the wings ratings and as well as our pilot edge ratings. So let's see if we can put our little Garmin 430 to use as our flight management computer and see if we can't navigate and obtain this wings rating. So let's see what this entails. We're going to brief this together. I looked at it previously for a little bit, but this will be the first time that we're kind of go over it in depth. So I'm just going to switch right over to the Boston Virtual Wings forum, and we're going to look at Wings IFR-14 here. I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out this evening, although it's a bit later than we usually start things off. Before we get too far into it, I would like to say thanks to Peter Mooney. He gave the channel a shout out earlier today, so I do want to say thank you for that. I've been watching Peter Mooney kind of navigate through some of his wings ratings, but definitely check out that channel. Always fun to watch. And new follower from Soundtrack 78, based on that shout out. So thank you for the soundtrack, or thank you for the follow there, Soundtrack, and Peter Mooney, always a pleasure. Strando, hello. Just started on plans for your home cockpit. Any recommendations and things to avoid? The most brutally honest thing that I can tell you is know what you want to build right off the bat. That way you don't go through all the trial and error of, do I want to build GA? Do I want to build airliner? Know what you want, and then just start for that, so that you're not buying and selling over the time. BuzzJet, hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We're getting ready to discuss pre-flight for our Wings IFR-14 rating from Boston Virtual. So I've got their website pulled up, and we're under the Wings IFR-14. And I do have us loaded up at Bedford right now. He's building a replica of the PH 180. So you're in a low wing, which really shouldn't matter in the scheme of things of cockpit building. Yeah, like just know what hardware you want right off the bat. Yeah, I've over the past few years, I've gone through several yokes and different throttle TPM units, and a lot of that comes with buying and selling and buying and selling. Yeah, just know what you want hardware wise, and then you don't have that, trying to recoup that loss if you change your mind. Displays are another thing. I use 3 LCDs. The front's different sizes than the sides, but in order to make everything mesh, that's an entirely different piece of software. That's separate from the simulator software and everything else, and that immersive software, that doesn't come cheap either. So that's something you'll need to consider. I use Immersive LCD Pro from Fly Elise, and I use the Yeah, I guess I'll say it's the best of the best version because it's on a USB key, so I can move it to any computer I want. Whereas the standalone license is once you license it, it's there. But anyway, that's $400 to $500, based on the currency conversion at the time, just to make everything kind of look visually correct and without distortion. In hindsight, I would have gone with a projector setup, and now that I'll be moving the simulator to a bigger room here in a few months, that may be what we'll end up doing, but that's not the focus of tonight. I've got us on the ramp at Bedford. They've got the rating going to Bravo Tango Victor. I wonder what that is. Bravo Tango Victor. This is the important stuff. Test standards. Files and flies the appropriate route of flight accordingly. Proceeds direct to correctly when instructed by ATC. Okay, so we could they may give us radar vectors to an initial fix, and then they may give us towards an initial fix, and then they may tell us direct to. So we need to know how to put that fix in there and hit that direct to button and get there. Descends and meets assigned crossing restrictions and reports top of descent to ATC. Okay, that's something we'll do manually. I don't know how to program that crossing restriction into the 430, if that's even a possibility. So our altitude restrictions and reporting top of descent, we'll do that manually. And requests and correctly executes an appropriate straight-in RNAV approach. So once we figure out what the weather and what the winds are going to be at our destination, we'll figure out what approach we want. And we'll do that actually before we actually get to the aircraft, but we'll be prepared just in case the weather changes. Departs from and parks in a location appropriate to the type of aircraft and call sign. Okay. Suggested aircraft. Well, we're in our Cessna 206 this evening. We are RNAV capable. So that's going to be the important part. This rating may be completed between any two airports within Boston's airspace, provided that the destination airport has an RNAV approach. Okay. So if we go from Bedford to Bravo Tango Victor, how far is that? We're at Bedford now. Bedford, Bravo Tango Victor. 145 nautical miles. That's a little haul for us. What can we do that's closer? Can we do anything closer? Portland? We don't have to go all the way to Burlington based on what we just read. We can go anywhere that has an RNAV approach. Portland. Is that PWM? $83 nautical miles. That's a little bit better for a rating for our Cessna. Oh, Iron Condor simulations coming with the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome, Raiders. Sparky Pilot, hello, welcome. Thank you so much. We're sitting here and Um, Pre-flighting our Boston Virtual Wings IFR-14 rating. Discussing where we're going to go to. We're departing out of Bedford. Bravo Echo Delta. And just deciding where we're going to fly to. We were just discussing the test standards and the route. But it said here that this rating may be completed between any two airports within the airspace, provided the destination airport has an RNAV approach. So welcome, raiders. Thank you. Thank you so much for that raid, Iron Condor Simulations. Hope your stream went well. What were you doing this evening? Just GA flying. Let's see. Alternative requirements for non-RNAV aircraft. We do have our 430, so we're going to put that to use. Simulator specific material. Okay. So if we do have coverage, so basically what it's saying that the rear wheel tower hours are not applicable, and we're just to treat the airspace like it is covered 24/7 there. Okay. Just says we should expect top-down service as a tower were online regardless of time of day. Now, last I checked, we had at least Boston Center online. And it looks like they're still active there. So as long as we have Boston Center coverage, we should be able to accomplish this rating this evening. As long as he's willing to stay and hang out with us while we accomplish it. Okay, training material. Just gonna kind of wing it here. But I do kind of have an understanding of what our fixes are, and the variation Tango routes versus Victor routes. And that's the other cool thing. We'll be able to use those blue lines today, as opposed to all those black lines we're used to following on a low IFR chart. Okay. Expect to be assigned the Hanscom departure after takeoff. Okay, so that's important. Rob Valkyrie, hello my friend, welcome. Hanscom departure. So let's take a look at your departure. Looks like it's Hanscom number 5. Departure Hanscom 5. Before we do that, let's take a look at weather real quick, get an idea what we're looking at. Winds 330, 13 to 19, and runway choices we have 0523, 1129er. I'm going to anticipate 29er as our runway. Strando, this is an iPad mini of 5. I opted for the cellular version simply for the the GPS chip, so that I can still have put my for-flight location when I'm in the real aircraft, and not as kind of a backup if the Stratus fails or whatever. And since I keep all of my maps on the iPad, I am a student pilot currently. I did just do my solo cross country, but I've been using the iPad and ForeFlight for simulation purposes for a long time. So Bedford to where did we say we were going? Portland. I keep wanting to say Plymouth. It's Portland. but we need to look at this departure. That's what we were doing. That's what I'm looking for. All runways climb on heading as assigned by ATC, then expect radar vectors to assigned route navigate fix. Maintain 2000. Expect clearance to our filed altitude flight level within 10 minutes after departure. And we weren't choosing any of those runways, were we? What runway did we decide? 29er. So no takeoff minimums, so standard takeoff. I am training in a 1964 172 Foxtrot carbureted antique aircraft. Okay, so yeah, nothing real as far as this departure goes, the Hanscom 5 departure, nothing real major. Okay. Alright, let's figure out our route, how we're gonna get there. We're Bedford to PWM. Antique. It is an antique. I call it an antique. Bedford to PWM. Let's just see if there's a tech route available. I'm going to consult my tech route advisor here. And Bedford. On the FAA tech route advisor, you eliminate the prefixing K from your ICAO. So in this case, I'm just curious if there's a tech route or a terminal en route control. Terminal en route. I think that is terminal en route control. No data given. Okay, but basically, it's the best way I can describe it is they're canned routes. They're prepackaged routes. They're available for underflying and center kind of short hops within controlled airspace there. I feel like anybody that's willing to go through those flows and retain that muscle memory, whether they have a full simulator or not, I think it's a good asset for training. Okay, what were we doing? Looking at tech route. We don't have a tech route. Okay. What do we have? Possibly Manchester. Okay, let's look at this departure real quick. I'm gonna go that way, north. Okay. There's the Manchester VOR, there's Boston VOR, Providence VOR. I don't want to look at the route advisor until I think I have what may be an okay route. But it looks like this Tango 95 goes directly there. We have Keen Bunk VOR. We have Manchester VOR. So that's the Tango 314. Tango 295. Tango 295. So I'm assuming that the Tango 314 terminates at Keen Bunk. I have no idea, that's just what I'm assuming. Because it doesn't look like it continues. And that says Tango 295. So if I were gonna do this, I would say maybe Adams to Manchester, and then T314, which turns into Keen Bunk, and then T295. With me knowing very little bit about GPS routes, that's probably the route I would naturally select, something along those lines. Let's just see what our route advisor has to say. Turboprop, piston jet. So that looks like a little bit of a straighter line than I selected. No, not even close. No, definitely not. Way out there. Yeah, not even close to what I selected here. ATC cleared, 4500, turboprop piston jet. So let's see what that looks like. So how did they come up with that? P's. Okay. And then to the Keen Bunk Vortex. So that first fix, according to the route advisor, is about 41 miles from the airport. Seems like a long way for a first fix. But that was a preferred route. What else we got in here? And this seems to be the shortest route. 88, 107, 92, 83. Huh. Well, we'll use it. It's a valid route. That's what we'll file. I mean, I guess we could have flown. You know, we could have flown that route. I don't think there's anything that says we couldn't have just used that route that we picked. I just didn't think to necessarily look so far away for a first fix, I guess. And I didn't see a Tango route that went directly there. But ForeFlight says it's valid, it's ATC cleared, and we are in a piston. So we'll go ahead and file that one. That's going to be our shortest one. We're in the stationaire. And we're going to fly an altitude of 5,000. And let's go ahead and pack for this. So I do want to thank everyone for hanging out from Iron Condor's raid. Hope you all had a good time. He's always a pleasure to watch. So I do want to thank you for sticking around. Okay, we've got our route selected. And 83 nautical miles, it looks like. And we're in our stationaire. Our cruising altitude is going to be 5,000 feet. Does that meet our MEAs? I think we'll be fine at 5,000. Okay, let's take a look at Portland. It has a north-south runway and kind of a northwest, a southeast runway, it looks like. Winds are out of 320 at 14. Before we even plan Portland, let's make sure that it actually has an RNAV approach, because that's what we're going to need. Procedure, approach, ILS. Okay. We do have RNAV available for 11, 18, 29er, and 36. Okay, so that is going to cover us in all directions. Let's go ahead and expect the RNAV runway 36. So let's look at that real quick. And what I want to do is see if there's a fix on this approach that can also kind of correspond with our route. So RNAV. Okay. So it looks like there's Juven. It's the initial one of the available initial approach fixes. So we'll be coming from the southwest. So if that's the case, oh look, how about that? There's our VOR. Yeah, wasn't that on our route? ENE? Okay, that'll work out great. So then we can just expect an initial approach fix to Toasby. As long as our winds don't change, as long as they stay favoring runway 36, we'll go ahead and we'll request the RNAV GPS runway 36 approach at Portland. And that's what we'll do. We'll just put that right in here. Procedure, approach. Currently says it's the best wind, and we're gonna assume Toasby. Let's see. Okay, no procedure turn. No procedure turn. So it looks like the procedure turns only gonna be required as if you're coming out and back. You have to do the hold that way. But if it looks like coming from the east or the west, no procedure turn's gonna be needed there at Juven, which is I'm still gonna call it the initial approach fix because it's still the initial approach fix. Okay, do we need anything else? Fuel. We need to know how much fuel we're gonna need. Our stationaire burns about 15 to 16 gallons per hour. And it looks like with our approach, our total trip is going to be 95 nautical miles. Bear with me just a second. Uh, 95 nautical miles. Let's just say 100 nautical miles. Okay. That's our total trip distance. Our stationaire burns, let's just say 16 gallons per hour. So if we cruise at 120, 120 nautical miles per hour, okay, that's going to cost us 16 gallons to go 120 nautical miles. Our trip is 100 nautical miles. Okay. We can do 120 nautical miles, alright, with 16 gallons of fuel. So what I can do now is do a little cross multiplication and division. So we could take 16 gallons and multiply that by 100 nautical miles. Now we've got 1600. We'll divide 1600 by 120, and that gives us about 13.3 repeating. Okay. 13.3 gallons to make that 100 nautical mile trip. But we're a daytime IFR. What's your fuel requirement for IFR? Daytime or night times? Anybody know? I hope I'm right about this. 45 minutes. Whether it's daytime or nighttime, I can almost guarantee I'm right about that. It should be 45 minutes. You need enough fuel to get to your destination, plus to fly an additional 45 minutes. Whereas VFR, you would only need 30 minutes if it were daytime, but you would still need the 45 if it were night. So we need another 45 minutes of fuel, which 16 gallons an hour, 60 minutes, 45 being 3/4 60. The math makes it simple, it's 12 gallons. Plus our 13.3, repeating 25.3 at a minimum. I like to give myself a little bit of a cushion for doing some sightseeing, some holds, whatever the case may be. So we'll just round that up to 30 gallons total, which would give us 15 in each wing. So that's going to be our fuel payload. 15 gallons per wing, plus U, plus I. Plus distance to go to our alternate if it's required. Dreamnid, hello my friend. Welcome. So enough fuel to get to our alternate if required. So what defines an alternate being required? Is that our 3-2-1 rule? If it is less than 3 mile visibility, less than 2,000 feet cloud cover, ceiling, and if your destination's more than 1 hour, then you need to file an alternate. I think that's right. Okay. It is always required unless it meets the 3-2-1. Okay. So 30 gallons is going to give us plenty of fuel to make our trip. What else do we need to know? We're at Portland. Any NOTAMs that are going to affect us? Doesn't seem to look like it currently. Distant sign out of service. One is plus or minus 1 hour of expected arrival time. Okay. Alright. No notables we need to worry about. Weather. Few clouds at 4,700. Overcast at 5,500. So that's our ceiling. Broken or overcast is going to define our ceiling layer. One is plus or minus 1 hour of expected. Okay. The ceiling needs to be 2,000 feet. AGL and visibility is greater than 1 mile. Or 3. Okay, 3. Yeah. Alright, so our route, let's look at this departure again. It's not what we want. Departure. Okay. We're going to Keenbunk. LBSTA. Is that what's selected here? PEASE. So where is LBSTA? Boston VOR. Where is, okay, there's the Boston VOR, so there's the airport. Okay, there's the airport right there. So P's isn't even. I guess we could. I mean, it's on the chart here. Or it's on the departure. It just doesn't have an arrow pointing to it. It's right there. Unless these are just for informational purposes. I imagine that I can still just file that route. Because if not, then we're going. Yeah. Let's see, was Lipsta, LBSTA, was that anywhere around there? Turboprop jet piston. Let's see what that one looks like. Okay. So it's a little bit longer. So I guess it really doesn't matter. We'll take the shorter route. Yeah, cleared turboprop piston jet 3,000 to 10,000. It's a lower route anyway, and it's shorter. We'll take that one. And then we're going to anticipate the RNAV GPS from Toasby based on our arrival. Okay. I think we've got about everything we need. We talked about our fuel. We've talked about the route a couple of times. So we need 30 gallons. We're going to file P's to ENE and then PWM. We're expecting the Hanscom 5 departure. Is there anything else we need to read over in the briefing here about the wings? Let's see. Expect to be assigned Hanscom 5 departure. After takeoff, you will be vectored to one of the fixes or VORs identified on the departure chart. Therefore, it is a good idea to file a route beginning with one of the fixes or VORs on the departure chart, such as Highland. Was Highland on here? Highland, okay. So Highland is there. Well, we'll just be prepared. Right. Yep, we'll just stick with our original route. And if we got to go direct to one of those other fixes, we'll just go direct. I think we're good now. Let's go ahead and pack for this and head on over to the aircraft. That's good. That's good. Okay, I think we're ready. I'll see you at the plane.
Hello everyone, welcome aboard Felicity. Strandle, I do not, I do, not really readily accessible. But, I will tell you my panel is currently 44 inches wide, and I'm actually getting ready to narrow it. It's a little bit wider than I want it to be. Let's see, where are we at here? We do have the appropriate checklist for our aircraft. Let's double check that we still have Boston Center online. Looks like we do. We are here at Bedford. What's on our departure here? Boston departure. I don't know if that frequency is going to be accurate or not. Let's go ahead and connect to our VATSIM network. Okay, Boston ground. Boston approach. Boston Center, Toronto Center. Okay, Boston departure. Oh, we can probably contact departure then. One 133.0. Strandle, feel free to join my Discord hangar if you're on Discord. All of the photos of that recent build are there in the Sim Hardware channel. It's up there a little bit, but it's there. But yeah, we just redid that pedestal with the rudder trim and the cowl flaps. Boston approach 133.000. Let's write that down. Let's hold on to this scratch pad for now. Let's go over here, clear that one. So there's Boston departure, and let's write down Boston Center 134.7. You guys may think that, the writing's so bad because, the stylus and the iPad. No, that's just my bad handwriting. Okay. Let's do a quick walk around. Landing gear looks good. No signs of oil leaking anywhere. Flight control. Yeah. Let's turn the flight controls on. See, and that's why we do a walk around and a proper pre-flight. Because if I didn't do that, I'd have never known that I forgot to turn my primary flight controls on. And then we just started up, we went to taxi down the run, you know, and okay, elevator, yep. Aileron, so yep, that's good. Rudder left, rudder right. Okay. Let's get our lights on real quick. And get that pitot heat on. And we have green on the right with a strobe. Taxi light, landing light. Red on the left with a strobe. Our pitot 2 is warm to the touch. White on the rear. Beacon. Okay. Let's get all of these loads off so we don't kill our battery. Let's leave that beacon switch on. Turn the master off. Get back in the plane. And our exterior walk around was good. Let's go ahead. What else do we need to do? What else do we need to do? Okay. Arrow. Here's our standard airworthiness certificate, which we always need to apply. Registration is over here. Registration is valid until it's valid. Our operating handbook is down there, and weight and balance is in the back of that. So we have our arrow. Okay. Fuel. Let's get our fuel checked out here. What did we decide on? 30 gallons, 15 in each wing. .4 and 14.6. 30 gallons, that's close enough. You and I on board. You and I weigh the same. Okay, save that. Okay, looks like it may be starting to rain. Okay, fuel is good, weight and balance checks out. We are well within our flight envelope there. Walk around was good. So we'll move right along to our interior checklist. Please just keep your seatbelt fastened for taxi and takeoff. Once we're at cruise altitude of 5,000 feet, feel free to go ahead and remove it, and I will go ahead and tell you when to put it back on. I probably won't, because I'll forget that I said that just now. But, you know, I'll let you know when we're getting ready to land, and then at that point go ahead and put your seatbelt back on. Okay, circuit breakers, they're all in, alternate static air's in. Strandle, you have the real sim gear G5. There are two of them. One of them acts as a PFD over on that side, and the other one acts as a HSI. Actually, you just might want to keep your seatbelt on throughout the duration of the flight. It's a small airplane, kind of. There's not a whole lot of room to get up and walk around. WestJet, I really love the Thuranda C206. I mean, with the click of the button, I get bush tires, I get skis. It comes with an amphibian plane. You know, I completely customize, strip down my cockpit, essentially, and I didn't really have to go into plane maker much at all. So you can modify instruments, like the 430 here. Previously, even with X-Plane 12, the other aircraft, I actually had to go into plane maker and make COM 2 nav 1 or COM 1 and make COM 1 nav 2, tie the 430 to bus 1, tie the 530 to bus 2. Had to make all of these inversions. But with this aircraft, I just did it right here in the GUI, and all I had to do was reload the aircraft, and it took care of all that. So it saved me a lot of headache, and it's just a great flying aircraft. It's overall, it's just a great flying aircraft. I love the way this airplane flies. So much so that we kind of redid our pedestal to accommodate some of the more complex stuff with the rudder trim and the cowl flaps, because I really enjoy the way it flies here. Stranda, we are in the stationary U-206G by Thuranda, WestJet. That is correct. That is the same one. What are we on now here? Let's see, general. Let's see, miscellaneous. Now we're in our bush tires. See how we jumped up a little bit? Now we're in our normal tricycle gear there. We can put the wheel fairings on, take them off. It's a very unique aircraft. You can do your own livery. Okay, let's get started up. Actually get to flying here. Let's get our seats scooted up. Okay, avionics are off. Our autopilot is off. Cowl flaps are open. Make sure it's going to go rich. Prop is high. Throttle's closed. Brakes are on. Okay. Clear prop. Looks clear in the left. Looks clear in the right. Clear at front. Master on. Our beacon's already on. Let's get this fuel pump on. Open the throttle. Go back closed. Throttle down. And okay, max to start. Dreaming it. Is my charts up to date for the 430W? Gosh, I hope so. Let's see. Oh man. I wonder if I can update. We'll try it. I don't know. it was up to date as of like last week, I think. I wonder if it'll let me update it. I haven't turned the GPS on yet, but I'm sure it's probably read that database file. Good call, thank you. Alright, well, it looks like it took. I'll tell you what, let's close that out. And we'll reopen that FMS Data Manager. Loading. Okay, looks like we're current now, 2302 revision 1. Okay. Good call. Suppose I should have checked that. I mean, we probably would have been okay, but yeah, having an up-to-date nav database is certainly helpful. Okay, get our landing light on for safety. Let's get our how are we looking? Okay, let's lean out just a little bit here on the ground. Seat belts and get these on. Flaps are up. Avionics going on. And let's see if we can get some weather. 124.6. .6.
Hanscom information Delta 2130 Zulu special. Wind 340 degrees at 11 knots, gust 16. Visibility more than 10 miles. Snow. Sky conditions scattered at 3,000. Overcast at 5,100. Overcast at 17,000. Temperature -1. Dew point -7. Altimeter 29091. Arriving runway 290. Departing runway 290. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. Hanscom information Delta 2130 Zulu special. Wind 340 degrees at 11 knots, gust 16. Visibility more than 10 miles. Snow. Sky conditions scattered at 3,000. Overcast at 5,100. Overcast at 17,000. Temperature -1. Dew point -7. Altimeter 29091. Arriving runway 290. Departing runway 290. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
Alright.
Hanscom information Delta 2130.
340 is our winds. 11 gusting 16. Runway 29er. And we're here at the GA ramp. 340 at 11, gusting 16. So we're going to have a bit of a crosswind. Yeah, with the clouds at 3,000 and surface temperatures at below freezing, I wouldn't be surprised if we run into icing conditions up there. So if our wind speed is 3, our wind speed is 11. And our wind direction is 340. And our runway is 29er. Gives us a crosswind component 8.43 and a headwind component of 7.07. This panel here, this entire panel, everything here is made out of birch wood. It's modular. There's a left half, and then a right half, and then a bottom half. And then all that's kind of overlaid on top of another panel behind it. Okay, double check coverage, we're still good there. Let's file a flight plan on our VATSIM network. So let's write down our route so I don't have to keep switching back and forth here. So we're Bedford. And then PEASE. And then to the Keenbrook VNR, ENE, and then PWM, which is Portland. Okay, let's file a flight plan on the VATSIM network. November 8033 Foxtrot, IFR this evening, type 206, lightweight category. We do have slant golf on board today. Departure Bedford. Arrival. Let's pick an alternate just in case here. Let's see. There looks like many good viable options. We'll just go BXM. We shouldn't need the alternate though. En route time was about an hour. Fuel endurance, we had 30 gallons, so we had about 2 hours on board roughly. Right. Route details, we're P's to ENE. Okay, everything else is good. I'm gonna put the channel in no remarks section. Wings IFR-14. Okay, let's double check this, make sure we're good here. Call sign is correct, plate rules that is correct, aircraft type's correct, equipment's correct, weight category is good, departure's good, arrival Portland, that's good, route is good. Did we need anything else? Okay. I think we're good. Fire. Oh. Yes. We're 5,000 feet. Airspeed. Figure 120. Block time. What did I miss? Off blocked. Oh. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 0, 3, 3, 0. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Fast Joe Testarossa, thank you for the follow, and thank you for the follow, Real Gloria. Okay. Flight plan is filed. Make sure, okay, we still have, okay, a Boston approach, 133.0. And we'll get Unicom on standby. 133.0.
Boston approach, American 120 on the Robox 3 with Bravo at 14,000.
American 120 heavy, Boston approach, roger, expect the ILS 27.
Expect the ILS 27, American 120 heavy.
Roger, good evening, Burger 648 with you, Boston, holding short, runway 27, Charlie. Pickard 5648 Boston departure, welcome, hold short, runway 27, landing traffic. Hold short 27, Burger 5648.
Sounds clear.
Okay, 1479, turn left heading 030, descend and maintain 6,000, pictures bottom. Sorry, 0306, copy that, 1479.
Boston approach, Cessna November 25 Charlie, crossing 12,300 for 1,000. Thank you.
Number 535, Charlie, Boston approach, expect the ILS 27.
Even peaceful November 25 Charlie.
Number 535, Charlie, expect the ILS runway 27 approach.
Expect on the ILS runway 27 approach, 25 Charlie.
Record 5648, cross runway 27. Cross 27, Record 5648. W 1432, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 4 left at Echo, contact ground point 9.
4 right, hold short 4 left at Echo, we'll contact ground, check B1432.
Boston departure, November 8033 Foxtrot on the ground at Bedford with the numbers. IFR to Portland, looking for wings IFR-14.
Number 8033 Foxtrot, clear to the Portland Jetport via radar vectors, P's as filed. Maintain 2000, expect 5000 once your minutes after departure. Departure frequency, this frequency is clock 0031.
Clear to the Portland via radar vectors P's and as filed, fly 2000, expect 5 after 10, departures with you 0031, November 8033 Foxtrot.
8033 Foxtrot, read back correct, expect runway 29, revised ready taxi.
I expect runway 29 and we'll let you know when ready, November 8033 Foxtrot. Alright, so we're radar vectors to P's and then as filed. We're gonna fly 2000, expect 5000.
577 Echo, for further flight following
After
contact
10.
Boston Center 134.7, getting.
Departure frequency is with departure 0031 is our squawk code. We're clearance to the Portland. We're gonna expect runway 29er, which we kind of anticipated.
At 1479, descend and maintain 3000.
Okay. So,
Secured at 5648, wind
our first
330 at 15
destination.
22, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
P's.
Clear for takeoff, 33 left, clear 5648.
P-E-A-S-E. Okay. Echo November Echo. And then Kilo Papa Whiskey Mike.
Delta 4116, turn left heading 020, descend and maintain 6000, vectors to final.
Turn left heading 020, descend and maintain 6000, vectors to final, Delta 4116.
Delta 28 Bravo,
Think I
Boston
got
departure,
it.
cross runway 27.
I'm gonna expect runway 29er. We'll let them know when we're ready to taxi, which I guess we can be ready to taxi.
Delta 28 Bravo, Boston departure, cross runway 27.
What do we need to do? What's left on our pre-taxi list? Seatbelts, flaps, got our ATIS. Transponder is set. Altimeter was...
Brigade 5648, radar contact, climb maintain 14000. 14000, Brigade 5648.
29901. 29901 puts us, where is this, about 120 feet, is that right? M. Stein, outstanding. Wings 3 is in the books, congratulations. 132 feet, so I think relatively accurate there. Outstanding, sir.
28 Bravo, wind 33015, gusts 22, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, transponder, ADS-P is tied into our nav lights. Let's get those on. Okay, our taxi light on. Heading indicator to compass. Looks like right over.
Number 535 Charlie, turn left heading 020, descend and maintain 6,000.
Right around there.
Left 020, descend and maintain 6,000, 25 Charlie.
Okay.
1479, turn left heading 300, trying to localize.
Count flaps. Alright. Park and brake off. A manual brake test. I think we're good.
Victoria 5648, contact Boston Center 134.7, getting. Over center, Victoria 5648. And 1479, 4 miles from Loner, maintain 3,000 till established on the localizer, clear now, let's runway 27 approach, maintain 170 knots or greater.
Maintain 17 knots or greater, maintain 3,000 for 279, for 279.
Alright, Boston departure, November 8033 Foxtrot, we're ready to taxi.
8033 Foxtrot, runway 29er, taxi by Echo.
29er via Echo, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Delta 28 Bravo, radar contact, climb maintain 14,000.
Climb 14,000, Delta 28 Bravo.
Delta 4116, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000, Delta 4116.
Alaska 4236 with you at 10,000.
Winds were 340.
Canada 541, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
Oh, 128.8, see ya.
Winds were 340, so we've got kind of a quarterling tailwind. So we need to dive away from that while we're taxiing down here.
Yeah, 1479, contact boss. Actually, I tell you what, yeah, 1479. Maintain 170 knots until Ribbit, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
What's that to Ribbit, Boston Tower, 1479.
For 535 Charlie, descend and maintain 3,000.
There is a displaced threshold down here. That's not going to affect our our takeoff because we've got plenty of runway, but it would affect somebody's landing for certain.
Making 120 heavy, turn left heading 030, descend and maintain 6,000. Vector
Take
spot.
that wind correction out.
6,000 and second heading.
030 on the heading for American 120 heavy.
030 and 6,000. American 120 heavy. I mean 3,000. American 120 heavy.
American 120 heavy, 6,000 for now, up lower shortly.
Roger, 6,000 for now. American 120 heavy.
Delta 28 Bravo, contact Boston Center 134.7.
134.7. Delta 2 Bravo. Cheers.
Yes.
Let's go over here and do a run up.
Delta 4116, turn left heading 3.
Pretty sure we're the only ones here, but I don't want to be right in the way.
Left turn 800, join the localizer, Delta 4116.
Run up checklist.
Or 535 Charlie, maintain
Brakes are on,
190.
fuel is on, left tank currently. Trim is neutral, rotor trim neutral, flight controls down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator, rudder, true and correct. Okay, instruments, mixtures for rich instruments. Bring that idle up. Alright. Okay, 1700 is what we're looking for.
Delta 4116, 2 miles from Loner,
mag, there's my drop.
on the localizer, clear now, let's runway 27 approach, maintain 170
Right mag,
knots or
there's
greater
my drop.
for Ribbit.
Cycle the prop.
Clear for approach, runway 27, maintain 3,000 till established on the localizer, and speed at least 170 for Ribbit, Delta 41.
3.
Boston, departure KF-541 is 2000.
Alright, oil pressure drop, manifold pressure rules.
541 Boston departure, radar contact, maintain 14,000.
4,000 or KF-541.
Okay, let's scoot back over here. Clear, clear.
Delta 4116, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
Tower 128.8, Delta 4116.
Alaska 4236, Boston approach, go.
Alaska 4236.
Roger. Did I assign you a runway approach assignment?
Not yet, Alaska 4236.
Alaska 4236, just verify your altitude and expect the ILS runway 27 approach.
We are level at 8,000, ILS 27, Alaska 4236.
4236, thank you. Turn left heading 030, descend and maintain 6,000, vectors to bound.
030 and down to 6,000, Alaska 4236.
American 120 heavy, descend and maintain 3,000.
3,000, American 120 heavy.
For 535, Charlie, turn left heading 300, join the localizer, verify you're at 190 knots.
Turn left for 290, verify 190 knots, join the localizer, November 30.
Boston departure, November 8032, Foxtrot, runway 29, number 1 ready, IFR.
For 8033 Foxtrot, wind 33015, gust 19er, fly runway heading, runway 29er, clear for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 29, clear for takeoff, November 8033, Foxtrot.
Canada 541, contact Boston Center, 134.7.
Alright, we're on runway heading.
Center, see you. Boston approach.
We've got a bit of a crosswind.
The 323 Boston approach, verify descending by the Roebuck 3, arrival runway 27, and say altitude.
Descending via the Roebuck 3 for 27, and current altitude is 170.
The 323, Roger. Information, Bravo's current expected ILS, runway 27.
Let's get on that center line, Michael.
ILS 27, Delta
Get that center line.
535, Charlie, 2 miles from Loner, cross Loner at 3000, clear ILS runway 27 approach, maintain 170 knots or greater until rivet.
Here to the ILS, runway 27, maintain 170.
Airspeeds are light, let's rotate. Yeah, like a rocket ship today. Positive rate.
Turn left heading 340.
340, American 120 heavy.
Alright, we're looking for 2,000 feet, runway heading. This plane got off the ground really quick today. -3 degrees, it could be why.
535, Charlie, contact Boston Tower 128.8, getting.
Boston Tower 128.8, contact Charlie.
Yeah, I'm sure the winds didn't play a factor in that as well.
American 120 heavy turn, left heading 300, join the localizer.
300, join the localizer, American 120.
Right 033 Foxtrot, radar contact, climb maintain 5,000, turn right direct P's.
Climb maintain 5,000, right direct east, November 033 Foxtrot. 046.
Let's go 4236, just to maintain 3000. 3000, Oscar 4236. Again, 120 heavy, 1 mile from Loner, cross Loner at 3000, clear that west runway 27 approach, maintain 170 knots or greater until rivet.
Roger, clear the ILS 27 approach, maintain 3000 until Loner and, I'm gonna go backwards, but, and 170 until rivet.
Again, 120 heavy, contact Boston Tower, 128.8, good day.
128.8 to tower, American 120 heavy, thanks.
Let's go 4236, flight heading 360. 360, let's go 4236.
Alright, heading 046. It's gonna get us directive. Our first fix, a piece. Peas. Papa Echo, Alpha Sierra Echo. Alright, let's see if we can play with our autopilot for a minute. I want to go to 5,000 feet.
Let's go 4236, 4 miles from Loner. Turn left heading 300, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 27 approach.
And then...
Turn left heading 330, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer.
I wanted to climb a vertical speed of 500 feet per minute.
4236, 300, 300 to join.
I wanted to fly my navigation mode that I have selected here. So, if I'm right, I hope I shall climb up to 5,000 and stop at 5,000. I think that's what the auto arm is. I've got a vertical speed set to 500 feet per minute, so I'm hoping she'll climb us out of 4 up to 5 at 500 feet per minute and stop us at 5,000.
Let's go 4236, contact Boston Tower, 128.8, guys. Tower, 128.8, lost for 4236, Of the 323, turn left heading 030, this is 196,000 vectors to mile.
Left 030, down 6000, expect vectors for 27, Delta 323.
Because I'm in vertical speed mode, just need to monitor the speed to make sure you don't get too slow. And I've been in vertical speed mode before, but I've had autopilots take it past the altitude that I had set in there, and I don't know if it has something to do with auto arm or not. So hopefully it just stops at the 5,000 in vertical speed mode at 500. Need to make sure it's armed. Okay. Alright, looks like she's leveling us off. My arm light turned off. Looks like she's got us at 5,000. Okay, so we need to arm it when we're wanting it to capture an altitude. Alright, so yeah, navigator's got the plane. We're just monitoring our speed. Okay, let's see what's in our cruise checklist. We're there, throttle prop mixture. Cow flaps closed. Let's get those closed. The instruments. Oxygen, which we don't need yet. Dream mid, not yet. This is live weather. It is snowing on us currently. Maybe kind of hard to see. But I imagine we may get sucked in here shortly based on the metards that we looked at earlier. I am a little bit hoping that we get sucked in so we can actually
323, descend and maintain 3,000.
put all of this to use. I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out this evening as we go for our Wings IFR-14 rating with Boston Virtual ARTCC. The navigator does have the plane right now. She's flying. We're about 30 miles from our initial, or not initial, but I guess our first fix. We have just exited the Boston class Bravo. What was our center frequency? 134.7. Let's get that on standby. I can't tell if it's snow or rain currently, but there's definitely something. Minus 9 degrees Celsius up here. Tell you what, let's get our pitot heat on. Just because I see visible moisture. Temperature's kind of cold. Well, I said kind of cold. Temperature's really cold. Yeah, kind of cold. Nope, it's really cold. So check out this new feature I found on 4Flight. By new feature, I mean it's new to me because everyone else probably already knew about it but me. But it's called extended center lines. There's a little option down there. So if I turn that on, any airport that's in my flight plan route, it'll pop up.
323, turn left at 8360.
It'll pop out these extended center lines from the runway, which is really kind of cool for planning your approach. Let's see what else this little wheel has here. Invert chart colors. Oh, that's cool.
033 Foxtrot, contact Boston Center 134.7.
Boston Center 134.7, November 8233 Foxtrot. Thank you for your service. Good evening. Give it a second or two, maybe 30 seconds. Make sure it's clear. Make sure nobody's reading back anything. Boston Center, November 8033 Foxtrot, level 5,000 feet.
Number 8033 Foxtrot, Boston Center, altimeter 29902.
9992, November 8033 Foxtrot.
This is 2341, contact Boston, approach 133.0. Roy Boston, approach 123.0, thanks, have a good one, Southwest 1341.
Cabin heat,
November,
good idea.
3144 Victor, contact Boston, approach 133.0. 133.0, 314 Victor. 694 to center, maintain 5,000. 5,694. 7300 cross Calverton at 12,000, 12,000, and 250 knots, kind of altimeter 3000. Crossing Calverton at 12,000, Delta 7300. At 641, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 27, Boston, altimeter 2992. Descend via Roebuck 3, 27, 2992, 641. Boston Center, Southwest 694, we expect an over Providence. Boston Center, United, 944 Heavy, with you for passing flight level 210. At 934, Boston Center, squawk 4712, 4712. Squawk 4712, United 934 Heavy. Canada 619, descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival, runway 27, Boston, altimeter 2992.
Descend by the J-Fund 2 arrival, runway 27, Delta, escape 2992, we're Canada 619.
Air 5648, leave my airspeed, New York approach and center offline, frequency change approved.
About 125 indicated, moving along the ground about 107. Suction's good.
Bravo, climb maintain by
Oil
level
pressure, oil
430,
temperature
direct
good.
to Arnie. Climb maintain flight level 430, direct to Arnie. Citation 40 Bravo. At Command 34, we're to contact, climb maintain, flight level 320. Time by maintaining, flight level 320, United 9, flight full happy. Boston Center, citation 342 Alpha Echo through 10,000 for 14,000.
Looks like we're about 18 miles away from Peace, our first fix.
Aircraft call sign only. Citation 342 Alpha Echo. Citation 342 Alpha Echo, Boston Center. Hello, climb maintain with level 430. Climb maintain 430, citation 342 Alpha Echo. Boston 8 Center to the way of Bradley.
Wonder what body of water that is. It's the Great Bay.
Salvo 694, turn right heading 040, vectors ILS runway 34, approach to center maintain 3000.
Give me the head again, I'm sorry, Southwest 694.
050 now.
50 down to 3000.
Evening, Boston Center. Giant 3510 is with you, passing flight level 170.
3510 Boston Center, climb maintain for level 350.
350, Giant 3510.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's gotta be snow. We don't seem to be icing over, so that moisture's gotta be already frozen.
Air rate 7 Juliet, yes sir, to center maintain 5000.
Air Canada 541, requesting lower available to, we're top of descent.
Canada 541 to center maintain 1000, 11,000, Montreal altimeter 3013.
No 11,000, Air Canada 541, thanks.
Alright, looks like at or above 2,500 on Chojuban, Zerso, which is our final approach fix at or above 1,800. I won't be surprised if we get a crossing restriction. We'll see.
694, turn left heading 010, join the runway 34 localizer.
010, join the localizer, Southwest 694.
What's the weather there currently? Still 320. 36 is still our best option. So I'm gonna just load.
7 Juliet, expect ILS runway 33 approach, turn right heading 110.
I'm gonna select our nav 36 GPS.
694, flighting 010, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear ILS runway 34 approach.
010,
010 down to 2000 now to the establish Southwest 694.
I'm gonna anticipate tow speed. We're gonna load that approach.
7300, leave my airspace, New York offline, frequency change approved. Over to ground advisory for Delta 7200, see ya.
Moving along the ground now at 110. Indicating a little over 120.
Guy 3510, radar contact lost, 0403. Canada 619, contact boss on approach 133.0.
133.0, Hop 9 Air Canada 619.
U2 United 641, contact boss on approach 133.0. City 30 641, guys.
Yes, we need the cabin heat. It is a bit cold out. -9 Celsius up here at 5,000. I think I'm at a point where I'm going to officially uninstall X-Plane 11 from this machine. I don't foresee myself going back to it. I keep it on the other machine for scenery testing purposes, but I think I'll take it off of this one. Emma Stein, I don't know if you're still with me or not, but I did go ahead and load up at 1 Bravo 9er. Mansfield Municipal, and you are correct, it does seem to be an abnormality in the runway there.
694, runway 34, clear to land.
And I checked it in bare stock X-Plane. In my
541, contact Montreal Center now on 128.77.
In my case,
we'll see it.
I seem to have been taxiing along, and then my nose wheel went up. And it didn't take us up airborne, but it put us up into a very high flow position. So I don't know if that's an issue with the mesh, but I'm gonna try it with my ortho and the HD mesh and see if that abnormality is still there. If it is, I'm going to chalk it up to a scenery issue with that global airport. Then I'll have to, we can report that as a bug. Absolutely, I can definitely understand how that'd definitely be a day ruiner, especially if you're just coming in from a flight and you're nice and established on this nice great landing, and then you're rolling down the runway. You've got that great flare in, and then if you've got some speed, I can imagine it would probably even put you into the air, and then you'll bonk back down.
Delta 28 Bravo, contact Toronto Center now, 125.77.
125.77, those 3 Bravo. Thanks.
Then we're as filed after P's. So we're just going to do what our navigator tells us to do there. We're going to do have RNAV, runway 36 approach, treatment.
Boston Center, JetBlue 1117, 8,800, climbing 14,000, stock 6. JetBlue 1117, Boston Center, climb maintain for level 220. Level 220, JetBlue 1117.
Direct 039er.
Alright, 033 Foxtrot, advise if you have the weather. NOTAM is at Portland and when able to stay approach request.
We do have NOTAMs and weather, and we would like the RNAV runway 36 approach at Portland, November 033 Foxtrot.
33 Foxtrot, expect that.
Expect the RNAV 36 approach, Portland, November 033 Foxtrot. Alright, let's go and get the NOTAMs and the weather. Which we talked about. You know, we did talk about this previously. Back in the FBO.
7 Juliet, turn left heading 080.
We're just going to brief it again.
080,
Okay, nothing's really changed there. Weather 320, 16, 20 to 25. Okay. So we've got our approach. We're going to expect runway 36. We've got it dialed in there.
Number 8033 Foxtrot, clear direct Tosby.
Direct Tosby, November 8033 Foxtrot. Gotta get rid of some of this. Let's get rid of some of this. I'm getting an FPS hit, and that's causing us to disconnect from Alright, everything's still good. Altitude. Boston Center, November 033 Foxtrot. We had a temporary network disconnection, but hopefully we're still okay.
Yep, no worries, sir. 37 Juliet, 3 miles from Haddix, flighting 360, descend and maintain 2,500 until established good ILS runway 33 approach.
360, 2,500, clear ILS 33.
063. Alright, so top speed was the initial fix that kind of anticipated. I want to know if this thing has the hold in here. Top speed, Juven.
3510 Boston Center.
Okay, sweet. Doesn't have the hold in there.
3510, roger, lost generator for a bit, but you are ready to contact.
Think about that. If my internet goes out again, I'll inform you.
Even with what I would consider to be a relatively top-of-the-line system, X-plane at full setting is still enough to bring any system to its knees.
Flight level 220.
I could set the front display to 1080 and fly without a problem, but it's a 4K display and it looks very granular at 1080. When I'm trying to push 4K and then to 1080.
330 for UPS 2042.
Situational awareness, ground speed 111, indicating 123-ish. Still getting that headwind. Fuel is looking good. Oil temperature, oil pressure is good. Good fuel flow. Manifold pressure looks good. Cylinder head temperature is decent. I would hope so, because it's really freaking cold. DreamNet, I've had...
37 Juliet, runway 33, clear to land, wind 360.
You are correct. Yeah, everything looks the same when it's on white. So, I've got permission to expand my simulator horizon, so to speak. So I haven't decided if I want to go and do 270-degree full projection or add a couple additional large LCDs for that same type of surrounding. But to save resources, I think I would like to go to 1080 projection.
Hey, Boston Center, good evening.
Down the line. It's a project for down the line. Okay, how are we looking here? What's on our cruise checklist? Throttle prop mixture, cow flaps. Okay, everything's looking good. Fuel flow. It wouldn't really be a consideration. But kids are getting bigger and they're gonna...
10 Roger, descend via the Ocean 5 arrival, runway 27.
We don't want them to have their own room. So, I'll eventually move this,
Via Ocean
move
5
the office out of
arrival,
here.
expect runway 27, giant 3510.
Okay, 12 miles out. We're 5,000 feet. We need to be at or above 2,500. So we need to lose 2,500 feet. Figure 500 feet per minute. So that would take us 5 minutes. If it's 120, 2 miles per minute. So 10 miles. So we should probably start descending now.
Yeah, 2136 Boston Center, climb maintain for level 340. 34, United 2136.
Yeah, I think I'd want to request that descent. I need to request that. I actually need to inform them of top of descent. Boston Center, November 8033 Foxtrot. We need to descend out of 5,000 for the approach.
Foxtrot, I apologize, sorry. Thought I gave that to you. Cross Tosby at about 2,500, cleared on after runway 33.
Cross Tosby at above 2,500, cleared for the R9 runway 36, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Boston Center, 737 Mike, I was having some audio trouble. Did I miss a handoff by chance?
Alright, vertical speed, 2,500.
7 Mike, negative, sir.
Let's
just
descend
talking
it.
to Washington there, unfortunately
500 feet per minute. John Smith, hello. Smitty, welcome.
That's it, frequency change to advisory is approved. Take care. Unicom for 737 Mike, have a nice one. 2 Alpha Echo, same goes
Hope you've had a good day, John.
Washington's closing, frequency change to advisory is approved. Advisory 342 Alpha Echo, good night. JetBlue 1117, cross Calverton, Charlie at 12,000 and 250 knots, Kennedy altimeter 3000. Calverton 12,000, 250 knots, JetBlue 1117. Blue 1818, the Bradley altimeter is 29er, 9er.
9er, JetBlue 1818, thanks.
Alright, so we are cleared for the R9 36 approach. So once we cross Tosby, we can proceed to Jubilee.
2042, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240. We'll descend at discretion, we'll maintain 240 for UPS 2042.
Yeah, so we can proceed, once we cross Tosby, we can proceed direct to Juven, and since we were cleared for the approach, we can go ahead and make the turn to Zerso as well. I got us descending at 500 feet per minute. The navigator has the plane. She's descending us about
4 Sierra Bravo, leave my airspace, Cleveland offline,
80 knots.
change to advisories approved. Tony Unicom for flight citation, 4 Sierra Bravo, have a good night. Yep. Seven Julia, welcome to Bradley, exit right when able and contact ground point 9er. Right when able, ground point 9er.
I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out as we go for our wings IFR-14 rating, Boston Virtual, ARTCC.
234 Boston Center, climb maintain for level
4 miles out from Tosby. Yeah, we might get down to 2,500 before then.
Sorry, 33 Foxtrot to report Zerso inbound.
Report Zerso inbound, November 8033 Foxtrot. Okay, so we report Zerso inbound. So once we make our turn from Juven to Zerso, we'll let them know. That's our final approach fix. That's
3510 Boston, you want a shortcut?
If it works for you, it works for us, Johnny 3510.
That's at or above 1800.
And 3510 clear direct to loaner and descend and maintain 3000.
3000 direct loaner, Giant 3510.
Alright, 1.8 miles out. We're almost down to 2,500. She should stop our descent any moment. There it is. Alright, outstanding. Let's give it a little bit of power. Fuel, how we looking? Let's do how about 10 and 10. So we're doing pretty good on fuel there. And I imagine we're gonna get a right turn of heading like 065 or something. Not 07-ish. 087. And now 087. This is the phenomenon that happens when you run an X-plane on multiple resolutions. This is the water phenomenon. You don't get the 3D water on the side displays, only the front. If you change all the resolutions to the same, you get the 3D water everywhere. So, I filed it as a bug report. Several other people I filed it as a bug report. Hopefully something happens. 6.5 miles from Juven, which is absolutely over the water. So let's keep that in mind. We'll be at 2,500 feet over the water. Temperature down here now -4 degrees. I'm going to switch this back over to the left tank. Fuel pump on. Fuel pump off.
JetBlue 1117 looking for a change to advisory. JetBlue 1117, frequent change approved. JetBlue 1117.
3.7 miles before our turn. It's going to be a 90-degree turn almost. And we need to report Zerso inbound. Toasby, Juven, and then Zerso should be next on our flight plan, and it is. Okay. Left turn, 358 degrees. 3, 2, 1, now. 358. 358. Let's stay coordinated here. M. Stein, absolutely, the 530 can fly a hold.
Giant 3510, contact Boston, approach 133.0.
The 430 and 530 can both fly holds.
Thank you very much for your service tonight. Have a good rest of your night, Giant.
Sometimes the 530 will fly a hold when you don't want it to fly a hold, so you need to make sure that you remove the hold if the hold's not required.
1818, cross crank at 7,000, Newark altimeter is 3002.
Crank at 7,000, 3002, JetBlue 1818.
Boston Center, November 8033 Foxtrot, inbound Zerso.
Foxtrot, roger, runway 36, clear land.
Runway 36, cleared land, November 8033 Foxtrot. Okay, so she must have grabbed something because we now have a vertical guidance as well as horizontal. The LP plus V, low precision vertical something or another. No. Okay. Sure, plus V is advisory, okay.
Boston Center.
That is correct. I don't think you can add a hold as a waypoint, and I don't think you can remove a hold from an approach. So runway environment is made way out there, way out there. Like 3-4 miles maybe. Alright, here we're coming down on the vertical. Let's see if she initiates a descent once she grabs and is established there. Correct, okay. Alright, and there she is. She's descending. So we need to manage our descent. We do not have auto throttle in our aircraft. Oh, man, wow. Welcome, welcome. Peter Mooney. Peter Mooney, hello, my friend. I was just talking about you earlier today. Hey, I want to thank you for that shout out earlier. Got a new follower from you. Appreciate that so much. Sim Caesar coming in with a subscription. Thank you so much. And with that fantastic raid. Hope everyone's your stream went well there, Sim Caesar. Planet Neutral, thank you for the follow. I know there's a bunch in there that I missed flying the aircraft. We'll have to catch up on that. Let's see how we looking here. 3 miles. Okay, vertical guidance looking good. Airspeed is looking good. Taking us down about 400 feet per minute. Yes, Peter Mooney, thank you so much. I saw that earlier. I was tickled pink. So appreciate that shout out. And Sim Caesar, thank you again for everything you do. Thank you for that raid. And welcome raiders. We're just catching us as we're coming in on final approach, runway 36 at Portland for Wings IFR-14 rating with Boston Virtual. Okay, ground speed 70, indicating 80. Alright, we're doing alright. Fly Jones 123, thank you for the follow.
United 934 Heavy, request frequency change to advisory. United 934, frequency change approved. Frequency change approved, have a good night.
This is terrific, thank you so much. Peter Mooney, I hope your stream went well earlier today. I saw you go live. I was at work. I wasn't able to take a break and watch, unfortunately. Alright, we're still on center. 70 knots along the ground, indicating 80. Two sim crashes, oh no. I might have to initiate a go-around. Alright, we're on the glide slope. We're looking good. 2 red, 2 white. Doing something just right. Spundot, hello. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Pleasure to see you again. Alright, 70 knots. Let's tell you what, give me flaps 10. Let's prepare for this bubble up. We have a little bit of power. Okay. Alright, we're looking good there. Alright, give me back my plane. Runway's made.
Tempo 1818, frequency change approved, New York South Line.
Have a good night.
And what's this tree doing right here? Doesn't need to be that tree right there.
UPS 2042 is requesting further descent clearance.
2042 to 76,
Right rudder, let's straighten our aircraft out.
1000 for UPS 2042.
And drive it like a car onto the center line.
United 2136, leave my airspace, frequency change approved. United 2136, leave my airspace to Washington is closing.
Or we could drive it like a car off of the center line.
For 234, leave my airspace, Washington's closing up, frequency change approved.
Man.
Number 234, Boston Center.
An off-roading car, that's correct. I was going to go down here, exit on Juliet. The problem is when I'm coming in with a pretty good nose high altitude, I have no horizontal reference. I have no reference on the horizon because everything is covered by the panel. So I'm going to narrow my panel, and that's going to give me some of the Lindbergh effect, so I can kind of look out the corners and get a better reference on the horizon.
033 Foxtrot, welcome to Portland Taxi Parking via Charlie. Have a great night. Congrats on PRP IFR-14.
Taxi to parking via Charlie, and thank you, November 033 Foxtrot. Thank you for your service. Good evening. Alright, outstanding. So we grabbed our IFR-14. I think he said congrats says PIC on IFR-14. Either way, we were pilot in charge, and we did get our rating. Jumper man, 82nd, thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and taxi over here. We'll park over at the FBO. I'm going to disconnect from my VATSIM network. We're going to jump over to another airport, 1 Bravo 9er, do a quick test on the runway over there. There may be a runway anomaly. Yeah. Outstanding. Alright, there was Wings IFR-14.
United 1829, Boston.
Alright, what do we have left here after landing? Flaps up,
Is there any
cow
reason
flaps
you didn't talk to any of the other controllers?
open, strobes off.
Switched over to Boston
Let's get all of our lights off.
Yeah, that's who you're with now, but there was a ton of controllers on below you who you didn't talk to.
I was on tower, I didn't get anything.
Alright, avionics going off, pitot heats off. Mixture to lean, mags to off, and master to off. Okay, outstanding. Wings IFR-14 now complete. Let's go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM. Okay, and I want to relocate my aircraft. And I want to relocate it to 1 Bravo 9. That's what brought to my attention earlier. And we're going to see if we can duplicate this tell you what, we're not connected to any ATC network, so right now we're just going to load up on runway 32 threshold. And this is simply to test the underlying mesh of the runway and see if we don't get catapulted into the air. just tickled pink. Got a Sim Caesar raid. Thank you so much. And for any of the raiders that have stuck around, thank you so much for sticking around. Greatly appreciated. Holding tryouts for the next Evel Knievel. Oh man, I might have to sign up for this. Once we get loaded up here, I am going to expedite my checklist, my startup procedure more or less, because we did just fly the plane. Yeah, I can always tell when the autopilot has the aircraft. The line is so straight, so straight. Okay. We're in our Thuranda U-206G. Okay, this runway looks very icy. We might need to change that condition. I tell you what, for these purposes, for this testing purpose, I just want to use Kavok weather. We're going to clear it all out. I want no winds affecting this taxi roll. I don't want any outside influence. I just want to see what the airplane does on the mesh. Master's on, beacons on, mixer's going rich, prop is high, fuel pump, throttle out, fuel pump off, brakes on. Clear prop, looks clear on the left, clear on the right, I hope so. We're on the runway, and max to start. Alright, engine rotations, get our landing light on for safety, strobes going on, we're on the runway, get our nav lights on, avionics going on, parking brake off. Alright, and we're just gonna do a taxi roll down the runway. I'm wondering if there may be an issue with the default X-Plane 12 mesh, because we tried it in default X-Plane 12 and we encountered a phenomenon. Here we are with HD mesh and ortho, and it doesn't seem to be affecting our aircraft like it did previously. Let's hit it with a little more speed. Stein, it is not reproducing itself in ortho and with different underlying mesh. So we'll have to come back and try it again and in default X-plane. When you experienced it, were you in default or did you do an ortho tile for that area? No tile, so you were in default X-plane. Okay. Let's do that. Let's switch over to default X-plane. Okay. Shutting everything down. Okay. We are actually going to exit this version of X-plane. We're gonna go in here to handy dandy X organizer. I'm gonna go down here to default X-plane 12. Make sure that my global defaults are enabled, and they are. That's all we need. You have global force in sim heaven now, and as did we, and that's when we just had that enabled as well as our ortho. So we're gonna try this. Global force in sim heaven should not affect the runway whatsoever. New flight, Mansfield, runway 32. Yeah, they should not affect your runway mesh whatsoever. Here we are going to be using default X-plane mesh without ortho and sim heaven and global force. We'll see what happens. I do want to thank you all for sticking around while we do a little bit of airport testing here. I know that the majority of our flight's already over, but I still enjoy hanging out with you when we're doing other various tasks, whether it's scenery designing or tinkering around. Okay, expediting startup checklist, master beacon, rich, fuel pump, throttle back, fuel pump off, brakes on, clear prop, clear, max to start. I wouldn't imagine that the aircraft would make a difference. God, I hate that. I need to figure out a way how to make this random plane load up without the tie downs on every time. Avionics, lights. And again, we're just going to do kind of a quick pace taxi. Interesting. M. Stein, did you just have a completely empty aircraft and it just have a lot of power and just hit a bump? You were in the 172, and it's not a light aircraft. I mean, I tried this earlier and it seemed like it. I am on official, no, I'm on beta. Okay. Alright, let's try to get a little more speed. Too much speed. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, tires are free. Ab gas is free. Maintenance is free. What else did I want to do? There's something else I wanted to do. What else did I... Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, we're going to go to Sporties, Claremont County. It's a little airport in Batavia, Ohio. Although we got to go back into X-Organizer now. Just converted Sporties over to X-Plane 12. So we'll see what that looks like real quick. Now that we have WED version 2.5, we can put all the new textures in for X-Plane 12. Let's make sure I have it enabled. Airports, Ohio, Claremont County, I-69er. There it is, okay. Peter Mooney, thanks for coming in. Always a pleasure, my friend. And thank you again so much for that shout out over here today. Okay, so we did that. We'll go back in here. Yes, Peter, what Spundot said. Get a good one. Okay, new flight. We're gonna head to Claremont County. So you all are gonna get a sneak peek at my newly designed Claremont County Sporties Airport for X-Plane 12. The last Gateway version was done in 2017 and severely needed an update. So we're going to get things started up. We're going to taxi around. We're going to probably do 1 or 2 in the pattern. I just extended the primary runway, so I want to see how that looks. Let's get our VFR sectional back up. Okay. Alright. Expediting, master, beacon, mixture, and clear. Axis start, brakes on. Gotta take those pesky tie downs off. Okay, so Sporty's pilot shop, and the airport is located in Southwest Ohio. The identifier is India 69er. Okay. So I'm gonna need to move that ramp start. So X-Plane 12 will automatically populate aircraft into a ramp start. So I'm gonna have to move that one because it's kind of blocking my taxiway. So we'll move that ramp start there. But I think Sporty's in and of itself turned out pretty decent. Go over here and check out the storefront. I'm just gonna have to either delete that ramp start or move that ramp start, one or the other. Let's see. The beautiful thing about X-Plane 12 is it gave us the ability to assign multiple, well, I don't say X-Plane 12 did, but World Editor 2.5 gave us the ability to assign multiple different surface types to taxiways and runways. So this airport, that's all kind of, I don't say decrepit, but taxiways and runways are all kind of broken and not in the best of shape. You know, it has allowed me to kind of put those put those cracks in the pavement. Allows me to age the asphalt. Here's the overrun area that I added in. So yeah, we can yeah, you would think Dream did, but most of almost all their taxiways and their runway, the asphalt's not in the best of shape. The 04 departure end was recently repaved and stuff, but as a whole, here, we'll do it like this. Let's see. So if we go down here to Sporties and take a look at the actual even the news section is kind of cracked up and deteriorated. But this is the newest end of the runway, and that's what I was going for, because we have all these cracks going up and down here on the taxiway, and then it transitions to a different color of old asphalt. Then over here it transitions to some newer asphalt, and it's allowed us to kind of do that. So we can come over here. We can have kind of this lighter color asphalt, and stage it next to this darker color asphalt, and give it the cracks and stuff. Yeah, the runway and taxiway conditions at Sporties for what they are, yeah, it's definitely not in the best of shape, and I just don't know if it's because they see that much traffic that they can't keep it maintained, or whether it hasn't been maintained very well, or it could just be poor component, like poor asphalt, just bad component mixture. But either way, it definitely needed a serious update. So right now we're just checking it out to see what the textures look like in X-Plane 12. I am curious to see if the grass overrun down here is taxable, if we can actually taxi out onto it. There's a hold short there, but obviously we're not connected to any network. Alright, so we can use that. This is a usable area. So if we look, let's see here. I don't want that. What do I want? That's what I want. Okay. I'm working with Chris Magongo at Sporties on this project, and he's kind of sent me some information here, which is kind of newer than what we have in ForeFlight. Let's see, airport diagram. Okay, it is kind of on there. Used to not be on there. But this grass area here, they actually use that as overrun or for their ultralights. But they use this area But in X-plane, I cannot combine two separate runways and make it one, so I can't make a certain length of grass and then the rest of it asphalt. It doesn't work like that. So I could draw the runway in asphalt, and then I just added this grass polygon as an extension, and then added the markers. Okay, so we know that we can use that. The only caveat is, we got the approach lights down here at the end of the runway. But the lights are still there in the rear world, so. Got a bunch of T-hangers down here. I do plan to fly down the Sporty Streamnet. That is on my bucket list of things to do. Yeah, I was so excited to just get this thing over to X-Plane and have it released with 12, but they came out with so many new textures, and there's a lot of new objects and items at our disposal. So I hold off so I can go through and see what I can make better in here before I submit it. Okay, that's what I wanted to do, is check this grass runway. They have kind of like an unpublished grass runway that's north of the paved runway, parallel. That is used on occasion. And let's see, it's not official, but there's a field there with a few perimeter cones, a few tail draggers at the airport that take advantage of this airstrip, but there's not many. And I can imagine that there's not many that could, per se. I mean, it's kind of a short airstrip. Alright. So this one seems taxable. Alright, we can use that one. That's a usable runway. Go over here to the Warbird Museum. Tri-State Warbird Museum. I guess it doesn't look awful. Thought it was actually going to look worse. There's actually two different objects placed side by side to kind of give the effect of, Spun Dot, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for sticking around. let's do one in the pattern. Go down here. Actually, I want to go up here real quick. Okay. Right. We can fit through there. We can fit through there. Okay. Let's do one in the pattern. Make sure our runway is usable. Then I myself is probably going to have to call it at night. Remember, we're in Cadillac weather, so our winds are calm. Avionics, solar lights on. Heading indicator, the compass looks good. More right rudder. Airspeed's alive. Let's rotate. That's positive rate. Jumperman 82nd, thanks for sticking around. Pleasure to have you. Welcome back anytime. We'll probably be back up in the air on Friday night. Look forward to flying with you again. Have a good one. Well, right now we're just kind of gliding around over top of the airport. I really just kind of want to see what Sporties looks like from overhead. So far, so good, I think. Still has some work to do. I'm just now getting around to utilizing the new textures. And let's bring it in for a really short final approach. We're not quite stalling. Okay, well, I think that's about it. Had a long flight. Okay, well, that is it. Let's secure our aircraft. We'll go back over to the FBO and chit-chat for just a moment. Say thank you. Okay. Alright, how are we looking here after landing? Flaps up, cowl flaps open, strobes off. All of our lights going off. Trim set for takeoff, transponders on VFR. Okay, okay. Radio's going off. G5's going off. Mixture to lean. Mags to off. And master to off. Parking brake on. Okay. I will see you all right over there. Let's go debrief about what we did this evening and talk about what we might be doing Friday. I'll see you there in just a minute.
Alright, well, Wings IFR-14 from Boston Virtual is now in the books. I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out as we attempted to grab that rating, but actually grabbed that rating this evening. So definitely fun doing that. We had a great raid from Iron Condor Simulations at the beginning of our stream there, so thank you again for that, Iron Condor. Appreciate it. Sparky Pilot gave us a shout out. Always appreciate it. And new follow from, and I really don't like when I can't pronounce names, Real Goria, thank you for that. And Fast Joe Testarossa, thank you for that follow as well. And we grabbed Sim Caesar came in with that excellent rate of 59 as we were coming into final approach at Portland for that IFR-14 rating. Just thank you for that, Sim Caesar. Always a pleasure. And for the subscription, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that as well. And then Planet Neutral, Fly Jones 123, and Jumperman 82nd. Thank you for those new follows. Happy to have you aboard this evening, and you are always welcome back anytime. Have to do a little bit more checking around with that Mansfield Municipal Airport 1 Bravo 9er. I'll try around with different planes and different aircraft. It was brought to my attention that there could be an abnormality in that runway, and it's very well possible we just may not have hit it at the right spot or at the right angle. So we'll try that a couple more times, and if I do happen to find something, we'll go ahead and send that in as a bug report. And then Sporties is coming together pretty decently for X-Plane 12. I would say, if you're in the X-Plane and if you want it, keep an eye on the gateway for that. Maybe 2 to 3 months from now, hopefully I'll have that one all done and ready to go. Other than that, yeah, I do want to thank everyone for coming in. I want to scroll back up here through the chat just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sometimes I do miss a lot, especially when I'm flying the aircraft. WestJet came in, my longest viewing moderator. He came in, said hello. M. Stein showed up. Dreamdid, my trusted advisor, showed up and hung out for the flight. Thank you so much. John Smith came in, another member of the Virtual USA Flying Club. And we had a lot of new people say hello. Ritz95 came in with the raid. Will's Ordnance came in with the raid. Lots came in with the raid. Peter Mooney was here. Shadow Wolf 67. Sim Caesar again. Thank you so much. Spundot, always a pleasure, my friend. Cold Nebo, pleasure to see you again. Vega Blue Sky, first time chat. Thank you so much. And if I did miss anybody, I do apologize. Well, still working on your order, but guilty confession. No worries. No worries at all. Order us something good there, Peter. Order us something good. I think that's it. I don't think I really have anything else to discuss. Yeah, X-Plane still has its own bugs to work out as far as multiple monitors and resolutions and whatnot. It's always going to be a caveat. I could have great looking water, but then I would just have 1080 on the front of a 4K display, and that doesn't look all that great. Or I can run 4K on the front, but then my water doesn't look all that great on the sides. So it's just it's a toss-up. Just say Tuesday. No flying Wednesday, Thursday, but Friday we may be getting into something. I'm not sure what. Either a VATSIM FNO, or we may go over to Pilot Edge World and do some flying over there. Should probably start using Pilot Edge a little bit more than I am now. I'm paying for it. I should probably use it. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. Thank you all for coming in. It's always my pleasure. Flying is fun. It's always more fun when it's more than one. So you all make that happen for me. So I can't thank you enough for that. And until our next regularly unscheduled flight, I hope you all take care and stay safe. Let's see who we can send you over to for the rest of your evening enjoyment. DreamNet, you're quite welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Alright, tell you what, we'll go and raid my friend Sparky Pilot 86. She's probably not expecting us, so if y'all could do me a favor when we get there, if you can't stay for the stream, please just stay for the raid. Throw those raid emotes, whatever you can. So I greatly appreciate it. Until the next one, yeah, it's been my pleasure. We'll see you next time.